All right, guys, if you're doing the Deathless Vision Challenge, I'm just going to go through a couple things where I had to learn Deathless Vision, some of his mechanics to help. When you reduce the opponent's power bar below a full bar of power, then you're going to get a phase charge. The phase charge will allow you to phase, and which will count as an intercept for the fight. Also, when you reduce them by below bar power, you get a heal block as well, which will help with his healing. So there is an opportunity here because the prowess is what's the most annoying in this fight. So at the beginning of this fight with Deathless Vision, one of the things that can be overwhelming is trying to manage those prowess and having to throw intercepts. Now, I am not an intercepting machine, but I'm trying my best here also to manage the root and inverted controls. So here I'm going to throw a special, and it puts him below a bar of power. It triggers the heal block, and it triggers that phase charge there. Now if I have a phase charge, I can then, when I go for a parry, I can phase, and it will count as an intercept to remove the prowess. But here I go for a phase, but I'm late. Okay, so if you see here, we'll look at it again. I'm too late on it. It doesn't count as an intercept. It did not remove the prowess. But at the same time, I triggered another phase charge. So this time I'm going to phase and immediately attack in, and it works as a special intercept. So I go in fast enough. You can see invalidated on the bottom right. So I removed 4 prowess. After that, it is just a matter of keeping an eye on when you have to go for intercepts. When you go for an intercept, there is a cooldown timer on the top right, so you can't just consistently, if you're at like 7 prowess here, I can't consistently like back-to-back intercepts. It won't work. You have to give it a chance for that timer to expire. But I can see that I have 8 prowess here, so this becomes a point where I don't want to get triggered. I don't want to trigger a stun. I don't want to get up to 10, so I make sure I go for that intercept. And here now I'm just dancing around waiting for the rooted special 1. And I try my best to get into a decent rotation here of pushing, like right as I push him over a bar of power, trigger a phase charge. Use that phase in order to do a phase intercept and remove some prowess. That is what is going to keep me in this loop where I'm actually in a good spot where every time he's just over a bar of power, you want to drop your special 1 to bring him below a bar of power. You could potentially take him up to almost 2 bar, like just over 2 bars of power, but I just kept going over a bar of power and then taking advantage of that phase intercept in order to remove the prowess. Also, when you attack in when he's phased, you get Furies, which are going to increase your damage with Deathless Vision. So the whole rotation that you have to go through with just power burning him just below a bar of power, triggering the phase intercept there to remove the prowess, also gives you Furies, and that's where your damage is going to come from. So there is a specific rotation here that is very advantageous to the Node and Deathless Vision's kit. And I actually had a great run here, and you can see at this point I think I get to almost 55% of his health down without taking a single piece of damage in the fight. I'm at a full yellow bar, and I was playing out of my mind here. But this rotation was just working so consistently for me, and I was able to get my intercepts in. At a certain point, I'm going to go for an intercept at the wrong time. I'm going to get clipped, and I'm going to die, and I end up actually using 2 revives to finish it off. Another reminder that when you get to 18%, especially with Deathless Vision or Viv, if you have the Assassin Masteries, then you are going to take a bunch of damage out of nowhere, because Assassin is going to reduce the ability accuracy of Toad, and anytime there is a chance for Toad's healing not to proc because of reduced ability accuracy, then you take 30% of your power bar as direct damage. So you are going to just die out of nowhere when you get to that last 18% if you have points in the Assassin Mastery. So and that is what happened to me on my other account with, when I tried to do the Viv fight. I had a great fight, and then right at the end, died out of nowhere and had no clue what was going on, had to go figure out what was happening, which is why I've given this warning in every single fight here. Just be careful. Even if you are not using, even if it's not the last 18%, if you have points that in your masteries that reduce ability accuracy and you go for parries, there's a chance that when you parry and hit the opponent, you will also trigger that reduced ability accuracy. So you might go for like a parry heavy, and all of a sudden you just take a bunch of damage and you die. So be very careful of that when you're fighting Toad here. But for the most part, you're really not using that like a parry as part of your kit. So normally when you parry, you have a chance with the masteries to reduce ability accuracy, but in this case, you're not really going to do it a lot in this fight anyways. So here, this was, again, an amazing run, my best run that I had. I think I probably was waiting here, dancing around with Toad for him to throw a special that's going to be inverted. And again, get a nice intercept there, get my power burn, get my phase, or I didn't get my phase there, so I messed that part up. Now I have to go for an intercept, and I think this is where I die here, because I died around, I think, 35%. But you know what? It was my best run that I had. Yeah, there we go. I screwed up my timing there, and I have to revive twice to finish it off, and that's really not so bad. But you can see how easy it is. I heal up, I go in, and I'm going to take off a chunk of health before screwing up. So sometimes you just get into the zone, and sometimes you die pretty fast. But I said, if you don't worry about getting the solo, it's such a long fight. If you get 65% done in a run, I suggest you revive. So that's it for this one. I'm gonna let the music play out. Hopefully that breakdown helps. If you have any other tips for the fight, let me know in the comments down below. Helps everyone else out, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.